All right, what's going on, friends? In this video, I'm going to be talking about this HCALORY Toolbox Max. Now, this is a new Chinese diesel heater. Last year, I ran a couple different HCALORY Chinese diesel heaters here in my garage. They work awesome. And this one is supposed to be even more awesome. So I'm really excited to try to make a few videos on this winter. It's not really cold out right now, so I'm not going to do that right now, but I just want to talk to you a little bit about this and tell you the difference compared to like this one that I ran last year. That is their Toolbox 2. This was really nice, but there's a couple features on this one I think is going to be quite awesome. One thing I think is going to be really cool, and I want to try it out, and I might even try this out in my office. Running anything inside my house, I'm a little bit skeptical on that because of carbon monoxide, but this has a carbon monoxide detector in it. So it will detect that, plus I have actually my smoke detectors in my house, so I have carbon monoxide detectors in them too. I've never had any problems with any of these things. They burn really clean. But anyway, let me tell you the difference between this new one and like the one I have, and here I'll put one right here on the screen that is really comparable to this one, but it was their old model, I think. And that one thing that one only had was a 5-liter fuel tank. This one has a 7.5 liter fuel tank on it, which is really awesome. So you should be able to fuel this up and it should run a lot longer. That's like, in American terms, that's almost 2 gallons. I think it's 1.98 gallons. So I'll just call that 2 gallons of fuel will go in this. You can run this thing off this remote. You can run it off an app on your phone, or you can run it off this screen right here on top. There's a screen right here on top. And you can just come with this extra little cord right here where I can take this screen off and mount it somewhere else. Like if you'd want to use this in like a van or a camper or your truck, you can mount this screen right here inside your truck somewhere else. The body on this one is aluminum compared to last year's model. It was all plastic. So I definitely like that. I think that's nice being aluminum. But you can't easily open this one. I guess maybe that's something, I don't know. I kind of like to look inside them, but maybe some people don't care. I do like that you don't have to look inside to see the fuel though. It has this fuel gauge here on the side. So that's really nice, but it still don't show gallons, but not a really big game changer. I can figure it out, but it shows you liters. It does show you 93, 80, 67, shows you what the percentage is. And this is the remote. I'll show you that a little bit up close and personal. Really nice little remote. It's rechargeable. Turn it off and on this switch on the side. It lights up. This is a cord. You can still plug this into 12 volt or 24 volt, like if you want to run it off a battery in your car or truck. That's cool. And it does come in with a plug to also plug it into 110 like in your house. One thing on this I really want to try is they're saying this has, which I think is going to be awesome. We're going to test it this winter. It says it has a newly designed combustion chamber that's supposed to make this 36% more efficient. So I have videos on last year's model. If I can find a day where it was, well, I ran this for I think around 12 hours, my old one. And I can look at my last video, I look at that video to see how much fuel I burnt in 12 hours. I think it was real close to 12 hours. So we'll probably try to do that video with this one and see if it raises the temperature of this garage too. Now that's gonna be a little hard because if I can find a day that it was the exact same temperature as last year, I think it was like 12 degrees outside. It was cold. Now they're saying this, you can run this for 62.5 hours on 1 tank of fuel. I'm gonna guess that might be running a little bit lower. Let me turn this thing on for you. That way you can see how quiet it is too. See if I can use this remote. There we go. She's firing up. And also, I've already run this once. The one thing I have noticed is it does seem quieter. They supposedly put a quieter fuel pump in this, so you don't hear the tick, 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 tick. A lot quieter. That definitely does seem nicer. And I want you guys to let me know, whoever's watching this, what kind of things do you want to see on this HCALORY Chinese diesel heater? Because there's one other thing they're saying that you can do with this, and it is supposed to be water resistant. So I might even take this outside and run this outside when it's raining, or I'll make it rain and see how she runs when it's raining out. It's supposed to be equivalent to IPX4. So you have to look up what IPX4 is. Can you hear that? That's the, I don't even know if you can hear that right now. I can hear it. I can hear the fuel pump kicking on. It's supposed to heat up in like 3 minutes. So start blowing heat and like out the tube here in 3 minutes. There she goes. It does also come with this piece. So you want to mount this in your van or camper, you can mount this piece on the wall and put the heat tube on the wall. Comes with a bunch of hose clamps, comes with everything you need to hook this up pretty much. I'm excited to try out this remote that's supposed to be able to stick this like in your room somewhere. Say you set it at 73 degrees, I can put this in the room somewhere and it's supposed to keep it, that area of my room, 73 degrees. I'm not quite sure if I remember what last year's model had, but this has 10 adjustable heat settings on it. So it has like setting 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. Because that's how I run it right here in my garage a lot. A lot of times I'll just run this on 6 or 7, somewhere in the middle, and it heats this 1,000 square foot garage up. I'm telling you, it's crazy the amount of heat these things put out and how efficient they are. If this is supposed to be more efficient, it's going to be even crazier, but I will do videos. I have a little device that I can plug this into and it will tell me approximate how much electricity I run off of this, and you'll be able to see how much fuel I run off this like in a 12-hour period. These things are really, really efficient. I promise you that. If this one's anything like last year's model, and they're saying it's more efficient, so we are gonna test that out this winter. It does have like all the other ones. There are other ones they have a high altitude mode. So if you live somewhere where it's a lot higher sea level, this automatically will adjust to it. There's multiple different timers. If you wanna set a timer on this, for it to start up at a certain time, to like heat your garage up at a certain time, you can set it so it will just turn on at a certain time, so you don't have to leave this on all night if you don't want to. Whew, there we go. She's blowing hot air already. And it's, you see what I got it on level 10. That's about as loud as it gets. You can hear me talking. Can you hear that? You can't even hear the fuel pump right now. The loudest thing I hear is the fans. It's really, really quiet, trust me. Throw me some comments down below. What kind of stuff do you want to see me do with this? Look through some of my other videos of some of my older Chinese diesel heaters. You see some of the stuff I did with the other ones. Like I said, I did do that video on how much I heated my garage up. I did videos on how much fuel I burnt in this. On like low, medium, high. So just check some of that stuff out. Come up with some ideas, because this winter, I plan on doing more videos, especially with this one. And I have a couple other ones I'm going to show you guys. Let's put it down to like medium. Here's what the app looks like. Right now it's set on temperature mode, and I have the temperature set to 90 because it wouldn't run in here if I didn't, because it's not really, really cold in here. Just put it on just like fan so I can change the fan. And I'll show you how quiet it is when I run it like on medium, which would probably be fine in like if you had like a 500 square foot, 600 square foot garage, this thing would probably work really good. But like I said, this is 1,000 square foot. Here, this is how big my garage is, look. Two-car garage. Now, my garage is insulated really well. Probably a little better than most garages, probably better than my house. Here we go, now I have it on fan speed mode, slowing down right now. Now it's like on medium, because it has 10 speeds, I have it on speed 5. Or easier to see if you just look at my phone, speed 5. There it goes. And it shows you too on this app, it will say it shows you right here the aluminum body temperature. That's what I keep calling like the heat exchanger inside the unit. It is 424 degrees Fahrenheit right now. That's crazy. That's hot. There's a setting 5. Let's put it down to 1, all the way on low. And now it's on low. Yeah. I'm really excited to make some videos of this thing this winter. We're gonna see what she can do. Yeah, on fan speed 1 is like super crazy quiet. I actually, don't tell my wife because she'll probably never watch this video all the way to the end, if she even watches it. But I have a shed out back, and I'd like to turn that into like a man cave, I don't know, hangout area, where I'd like to use something like this to heat my shed. If you made it to this part of the video, let me know what you think. Would you watch something like that? Let me show you what my shed looks like, and I'll tell you a little bit more what I want to do with it. All right, right there is my shed. Now you see this one here on this side, I'd like to turn that into my like hangout room. And I'd like to enclose that centerpiece with the one on the right. So I'd like to take the one on the right in the center and make that one big room and be a little cool hangout spot. Put a window out back so I can like see the deer that come into this field, and heat it with one of these little HCALORY diesel heaters, which I love. I'm really impressed by them. But anyway, that's it for this video. Like I said, leave me a comment down below, even if it's just telling me my beard looks good, because I put a lot into these videos. Or just let me know where you guys live. That would be really awesome. But I'd really like to see some comments down below. Let me know what you want to see me do with this diesel heater. Thank you very much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button to help support this channel. God bless and stay warm this winter.